Could Devon beat Ermes? All the stats say that he can't. Devon barely got a stop on Levan. There's some argument to say right down the bottom he got a little bit of a stop. But Ermes had a war with Levan. Ermes also got through Gennady Quickvenia. The only piece of data that Devon has on his side in this matchup is he did better against Dave Chafee than Ermes did. In terms of strength, everyone agrees. They think that Ermes is the stronger guy. He has a stronger arm, potentially better outside game because of that stronger arm, that stronger pronation. But the thing with when you have two top rollers going against each other is not necessarily the pure numbers that they're putting out. It's the numbers they're putting out at their leverage point. If you've got half as long a lever, you need to be lifting twice as much weight to have as impressive numbers as someone that has twice as long levers as you. Devon has a longer lever than Ermes. And we've seen just last year, Ermes had trouble with Alex Kudecha. Both of them going outside, both of them trying to top roll. Kudecha with the longer lever. Ermes was the one that had his hand taken in that match. Devon doesn't need to necessarily match the crazy numbers that Ermes is doing because he has a longer lever. He just has to get within 20%, maybe slightly closer than that, but what I'm saying is he doesn't have to exactly match it. We don't know exactly where Ermes is at in terms of like-for-like comparison because he hasn't done the same lift that Devon's done at 68 kilos, which was pretty strict. His hand was pretty much parallel to gravity, so that was a very strict lift. So there is the possibility that with a little bit of additional leverage, Devon might be able to pull off a similar result to what Kudecha did in taking Ermes' hand. Now, Ermes is an extremely competent and technical top roller. Given he's relatively on the shorter side for a heavyweight, he's got, in my opinion, he's got the perfect style. He's got this high knuckles posting style top roll where he's maximizing his knuckle height and he's hiding his thumb down low to make his opponent have to drop his hand and concede the top spot in terms of riser. This means that Devon's going to have to drop into a low hand position, but that's the other thing, Devon's really trained his risers well, so even in the dumped position he's going to be applying a lot of up pressure, contesting that top spot, similar to what Kudecha was able to do with Ermes. Kudecha, I'm watching his match right now, also was contesting that top spot. Wasn't dropping his hand much, just barely enough to not cover knuckles. And yeah, that little bit of extra leverage that he's got enabled him to get over the top of Ermes' hand. Will Devon be able to do the same? It's hard to say. But Devon is definitely in the mix with all these guys. The only data we have with Devon and Kudecha was an after pull, and it was on left. And Kudecha was winning that one quite handily, but of course that's Devon's party arm. He hasn't been training it. He's training his right only pumpkin style for the last, I think it's 3 years now, something like that. So that's not really a good data point. It's something I think Devon's done very well is he's very careful with who he pulls and who he lets see his pulls. We never see him on the after pull table because people take away too much from that, even though it's not necessarily relevant. But that could have some impact on future matches. So he hides himself from the after pulls in order to maintain his image, which is fair enough. He's certainly got a massive brand around him. He's the most marketable arm wrestler on the planet right now. So I'm super looking forward to this match. This is, to me, one of probably the most anticipated match of the last 3 years, probably even more so than Devon versus Levan, just because of the background surrounding this. How Ermes has been chasing Devon. Devon said, "You need to climb the ladder first before you can take on me." Well, here Ermes is. He's had a tight battle with Levan, holding Levan for many tens of seconds throughout their match. Now he is in that inaugural #1 spot while Levan is injured, because he said he's going to be away for more than a year from the injury. Also, if you haven't already, please like and sub. Helps out my new channel a great deal. So, very much looking forward to this match. I hope you guys are too. See you in the next one.